Alright, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be looking at this subscriber and he has a really good potential. His after is almost like a completely different person from his current appearance. Per usual, I'll go through each change step by step to show you how simple it really is to become significantly more attractive and reach your true potential when you have the right guidance and you make intentional, justified changes based on your unique facial structure and specific facial flaws. And I'll reveal his current rating at the end as well as his potential rating as well. So what's holding you back? Well, mainly it's the eyebrows and the top region of the hair. So the eyebrows are noticeably light. They bring attention away from the other features of the face, which is an issue aesthetically speaking. They lack uniformity, which is where the difference in density or color throughout the whole eyebrow, and they're very sparse. As for the hair, the back and the sides of the hair are optimal when it comes to appeal, for sure. You've done that very well, but the top of the hair is definitely knocking points down. So the hairline is noticeably recessed and there's too much hairline visibility. Also, there's too much exposure of the forehead, which is making you look more juvenile and reducing your physical attraction by making you look less sexually mature. The temples are also slightly unappealing by definition in terms of the shape. So having some hair over these temples is also going to be what we'll do with the hair and just to slightly conceal them. You do have some signs of inflammation. If you're looking at your eyes, the eyes look slightly dull, inflamed, irritated. And this is linking in with the nose as well. The nose is slightly inflamed and slightly wider than ideal in comparison to the rest of the proportions. You can also see at the bottom of the face, there's acne and subtle patches of inflammation. And this is all linking in with the same thing. So we'll make some changes on that as well. The philtrum is also slightly too long. As per usual, this is linking in with a slightly thin upper lip. The jaw is slightly too narrow in comparison to the cheekbones, and the cheekbones are very well developed. So we'll work on matching this development between the jaw and the cheekbones as well. And the neck is slightly too thin in comparison to the current development of the jaw. And as we develop the jaw as well, we want the neck to catch up. And in general, the overall appearance of your face is very neotenous. So you're lacking dimorphism and sexual maturity, which is bringing down your physical appearance and appeal significantly. We're going to aim to increase your overall masculine dimorphic traits. So the first change, very simple. We're increasing the darkness, the density, and the uniformity of the eyebrows, and also increasing the density and fixing the issues we talked about with the hair. So for the eyebrows, simply use a combination of castor oil and microneedling, or you can use minoxidil and microneedling. And this will take about 9 to 12 months to see noticeable results. The timing is important as well. So when it comes to microneedling, just make sure you're doing it about once a week. The hair obviously lacks a lot of density at the front and the top, so we can either increase the perceived density or increase the actual density. When it comes to increasing the perceived density, as you can probably tell, the hair is slightly darker, so this is going to increase the perceived density very slightly. Also, to increase the perceived density, you can increase the character and the volume. You can do this with sea salt spray, texturizing powder, and particular drying techniques. And one of those techniques is tilting the head slightly downwards whilst you're blow drying on a very gentle setting with moderate heat. And this is going to help to lift hair off the scalp and increase the volume and also the perceived density. And when it comes to increasing the actual density of the hair, I would personally say that you're a good candidate for a hair transplant. You can go down the minoxidil and microneedling route as well. So the next change is to do with the inflammation that we talked about, and we've increased the brightness and the whiteness of the eyes, reduced the inflammation and excess width of the nose, removed the acne and the patches of inflammation. So the best way to do this is by following the diet in phase 1, and this is going to significantly reduce your systemic inflammation as well as any skin issues, because the skin is closely linked with the gut and the health of the gut. And the phase 1 diet is going to give your gut body in general just a break from the processed and seed oils that you get in the typical Western diet. What you want to be focusing on is the intake of bioavailable vitamin A. And you get this within the phase 1 diet. And the best way to do this is with liver from a healthy animal. I personally think the best source of liver is from wild caught animal or wild hunted animal. I personally eat venison liver every single day, a small amount every single day in the morning. And it's really incredible how you feel so much better when you cut away all the rubbish that we eat today and you follow just a more simple, nutrient dense and clean diet. It's really effective. Okay, so the next change here is the stubble and the upper lip. Okay, so with the upper lip, as we mentioned, the upper lip was thin and also the philtrum was slightly too long. So these go hand in hand, and what you want to be doing is increasing the volume of the upper lip, and you can do this with topical volufiline or an upper lip filler, and no more than 0.3 milliliters. When it comes to the stubble, if you can't naturally grow what you're seeing on the screen, the combination combination of minoxidil and microneedling is very, very effective. A lot of people see results in the first 2 months. However, it usually takes around a year to see noticeable permanent change when the vellus hairs get replaced by the terminal hairs. And then what you want to do is just simply taper off the minoxidil once you're happy with the density. And most people usually keep around 80% of the development that they've achieved. So yeah, this is a really, really big change. And as we talked about at the beginning, the stubble is linked in with increasing the masculine dimorphic features. If you have a neotenous face, instead of increasing the feminine dimorphic features, you want to focus on the masculine dimorphic features. And I know that I say that you want a robust blend of both masculine and feminine features for an attractive face. This is, an entire pillar of the framework here. When it comes to a neotenous face, the reason we want to focus on increasing the masculine dimorphic features is that it's the most effective way to reduce neoteny and give the appearance of a more sexually mature face. There are a lot of similar features between neoteny and femininity. So when we focus on the masculine features, we're ensuring that we're countering and balancing both of those sets of components. Okay, so for the last change, we're changing the neck, the jaw, and we're debloating the face. So this is something we should have probably done at the very start because it's linking in with phase 1. In phase 1, you're going to be increasing the thickness of the neck, the width of the jaw, and debloating the face. And it's really, really significant, the improvement that we see. So going from this penultimate change to the final change, it's just it's subtle, but it's a significant improvement in appeal. And to go over what you have to do within this phase 1, well, increasing the neck size simply with neck exercises, that's neck curls, extensions, and neck flexion. All of this is outlined in the first phase. You can get this free in the link in the description if you want to. When it comes to the jaw width, the high resistance foods, as well as mouthguard clenching are really, really effective methods to hypertrophy the masseter muscle and increase the size and development of the jaw. And when it comes to debloating, avoiding sodium, excess carbohydrates, and increasing potassium, magnesium, and protein intake is highly effective, as well as following the clean diet from phase 1 in general will easily debloat your face. So if we look at the pictures side by side, the before, I would rate you around a 4.75. And this is slap bang on average on my scale. And after, I would give you around an 8. This is a massive improvement. So you're almost like two different people here. So as you can expect, your life experience as your before and your after will be completely different. If you're here, then you already know that looks matter, and you want to make an investment in yourself to become noticeably better looking. But you're not sure exactly what about your face is making you less attractive. There's not much worse than investing time, money, and effort into something only to find out that nothing's changed. You might have spent money on products and courses that promised you great results, yet you're still not happy with the way you look. I'm Lookometer, and over the past 4 years, I've helped thousands of people unlock their true potential by optimizing their facial harmony, dimorphism, and health. And this is my Potential Zone, the first and only fully personalized community for improving your looks. Inside, you'll unlock your true potential with my incredibly straightforward, easy, and effective process. There are 3 phases to unlock your true potential. Phase 1, optimizing your facial composition and lifestyle. Phase 2, identifying exactly what's holding you back based on your unique facial structure across over 150 components of the face. These components range from features you can easily pick out on the face to hidden proportions and disharmony that might be ruining your appearance. And finally, phase 3, making targeted fixes using correction, concealment, and balancing techniques to optimize your facial harmony. Most people don't realize how easy it is to become better looking because they don't know what's holding them back. Within the community, every change you make is intentional and justified. There is no guesswork or gambling with your appearance. When you make multiple small intentional changes, this compounds into a major shift in appearance, the type of shift where you end up looking unrecognizable from your before photos. If you're making random changes to your face without knowing why, you're not only wasting your time, you're running the risk of reducing your physical attraction by pushing your face further out of harmony. But once you know exactly what's holding you back, you're removing luck from the equation and replacing it with strategy. And with every flaw that you fix, you become more and more attractive until you reach your true potential. It really is that simple. Inside the community, you'll get one-on-one guidance and facial assessments directly from me so you're never confused. Multiple modules that will ensure that you identify the components holding you back, monthly check-ins, and focused progress tracking. A private community where everyone's working towards the same goal and you can get feedback from other members, and much, much more. So if you're tired of wasting time and feel dissatisfied with the way you look, then this is the community for you. You don't need to feel stuck anymore. Everything you need is right here. Join today and unlock your true potential and improve your quality of life.